continue, baby. Gotta finish the tutorial. Hey, if you're watching this, you want to see more from me, please like and subscribe, and click the bell notification. Also, what is up, Adam? How you doing, son? How'd your GAC go? Oh my god. Load faster! Fantastic. 0-2, yikes. Well, I lost the first round because I didn't play, even though it was a slam dunk win for me. And then I haven't checked go at all today, so I'm not sure if I won the second round or not. Oh yeah, that's right, I was trying to get somewhere, wasn't I? Door's closed, but the lock was intact. I'll probably open with the right tool. Oh brother, of course I need to find the right tool.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Good. Cox dispenser manual. Ooh, a well-maintained sniper rifle, huh? Nice. We like to see that. Okay, yes. Sniper rifle, well-maintained. The difference is a single bit more damage. That's alright. Might as well. I'm sure there's nothing else for me to. I can't loot their dead bodies.
The divine watches over us.
Good. Omni processor rank. Door will not move. It is blocked, of course. Let's see. Is this door able to be opened now? It is. Okay, what's going on here? Ah, heretics. Let's loot this real quick before we get into the fight. Multi-key, lock-picking, and machine. Okay. More goods. Interesting. Anything to loot over here? No? Okay, let's go kick the heretic ass. Get in there, guys!
Run, fools! Or fall!
All of you will bleed!
Ah! Yeah, okay, buddy. Oh, I wonder if that's something I can grab. Man, it's been a while. I have completely forgotten what I can do.
Will do.
Okay, good stuff. And then, let's see, analyze enemies. Let's
On it.
And your turn. Okay, this is my first time using Argenta. What can she do? Let's see, single shot, burst fire. Okay, reload. Run and gun. Okay. Furious recital. Max momentum equal to 6. You go off for okay.
Doubt is for the weak.
Walking of my lightning!
Emperor's judgment.
Running gun.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
First fire
Faith
again,
without
baby.
duty works.
You missed so many shots there.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
What exactly does momentum do? I have completely forgotten.
Chaos guides me!
Alright. Good dodge. Good dodge.
Death to non-believers!
I'm gonna go for her too. Okay. Dodge again. Die, scum! On. Straight line, launch your main attack. 2 free cells. Okay.
A tactically
Do
sound
there.
approach.
And then do this.
I will do my duty. What fewer target?
Oh, I was hoping he could. What just happened? I didn't end his turn by accident, did I? I didn't. Okay, thank God. Okay, hold on. Oh, I see. Oh my God, I'm so bad at using Abelard. Holy moly, dude. I have a gun. Oh, I have a gun.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
Dare you strike at the Emperor's faithful?
Abelard, no.
Out of my way!
Okay, let's see. They can't do anything but move this round, right? I don't think anyone. Wait, why is Abelard taking another turn? For one round, the Navy wants to down. I guess I'll use this. Sir Michael. What a jolly good name.
My
Set up
enemies
there.
shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
So true, man. So true. Let's give you that. Analyze. Who has the most health here? 18, 7. Okay, I mean, it doesn't really seem to matter.
And so shall another step towards our ultimate victory.
Let's fucking go.
Death to the
Sadly, there are now 4 heretic turns in a row. Good dodges, though. This is really good for me. Woo! Don't try
My
it.
ears are ringing.
Haha, 0 damage. What a loser. Go up here.
We'll do very well.
Analyze. I stacked up analyze. I don't think I need to do anything new. Let's move you up.
I'll do it.
Maybe I should stop burst firing with her.
I serve
the ruinous powers.
You sure do, buddy. Guys are getting dodged by everyone.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed.
Okay, that's not what I wanted. That was too far.
Someone else can do this.
I still can't use you correctly, can I? Even though I really tried to.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Yeah. Okay, then just call it in.
The Emperor, your corrupt way has failed you.
Analyze the enemy again. Where'd they go? Oh, wait, I killed them, didn't I? Okay. Still getting dodges, baby. This is probably because it's the tutorial era, isn't it? Not due to actually having a ton of good dodges.
I'm not so sure.
Oh. Cancel radius, huh? Fine.
Cover me! But of course.
You know what? This has been pretty fun. Not only feels a lot more fair than XCOM ever did. That's for sure. Belly churn wheels of Elcon. Okay. Exact replica of the Valencius woodship. Overseer. Okay. Almost forgot that I can loot. Okay, over here. What am I?
Heresy grows from idleness.
I was about to say, why am I controlling other people than myself here? No, sir.
What advice do you seek?
Okay, time to keep on keeping on, I guess, right?
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Okay, melt the charge. Alright. Let's keep looting. Where would I possibly find a melted charge? So far, every single section of this game has made me feel stupid. I don't know, maybe the Overseer has one? Of course not. I don't know. Can I go through any of the other doors? It seems that the machine is no longer being powered by the motive for it. That's what they call the okay.
I have proven myself yet again.
That's what they call electricity in this game. That's honestly pretty funny. These have melt the charge. There we go. Did I just find some armor? Operator glaives. The operator gains a +3 to tech use. Might as well. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, no. No, that's gonna be good. That's mine. That's mine. Ah. One sword. Axe. Is the multi-key something I have to...
This is beyond me.
Okay, it's not something I have to... Keep a sword on me just in case. You... Alright. Yeah, I should have the charge needed. Hopefully, God willing, I can just use it, right?
Never doubt me.
Ooh, level ups. Let's go, baby. Right? Puritans follow the doctrine and laws of the Imperial letter. They can compromise with the Xenos or using the weapons of an enemy of humanity's and anathema. Okay. Radicals are always willing to push the boundaries of what is cool. The quest for the tools means to do the goals they often use. Okay, cool. I should not have waited so long to freaking pick this game back up because now I've completely forgotten everything. Do I not already have this? Oh. Oh wait, do I not get a... Okay, I don't get a thing every level up, do I? Question mark? Alright. Oh, I feel like I've forgotten. Whatever. I'll figure it out eventually. Ah, looting stuff. Tech skill.
I rise above hardships.
Got the only good in here. Seems like it. Okay.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Let the faith guide.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Uh-huh.
The Emperor protects.
What? I get rid of my sweet fucking helmet? I mean hair? No, I refuse. Let's see, oh, come on now. Oh, come on now. What is this? They shoot us with something. The roars of the flames ring in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and grasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy salute forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk out of the fire toward you. It is Theodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Oh.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
How did you get here?
I am a rogue trader. I am wherever my will demands me to be. Would you prefer to be elsewhere at this time? Indubitably. But are you ready? I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like a music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recess of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing other than accept.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Thanks, Mother. I really appreciate you bringing me broccoli. Get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my peoples in harm's way. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors, in your determination you completely forget about Theodora, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. It is not that I doubt the truth of your words, Argenta.
With each step,
But I
forge
cannot
my destiny
say
among the
whether
stars.
the
Join
people
me
who
in
were with
prayer.
us would be able to pass through the flames alive.
Where did she eat? Go. The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go.
Actually, am I fucking stupid? Where the heck am I supposed to go? Oh, hey, hold on. Whoa. Oh! How'd you grab that from all the way up?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Oh, wait, right here.
The Emperor favors me today.
That's how we're gonna get around, huh? Why did it fall like that? That doesn't make any sense! Why did it fall like that?
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
Uh-huh.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Yes, sir.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Maud headed for earlier.
Alright. Well, I hope that they, manage to survive until we get there. Okay. Anything in here? Nope, no loot to be had. Okay.
Know your duty.
What is going this way? Alright. No, no.
Should I divine our next step?
No, all of you people, get back here. Stop going. Wherever you're going.
Over there!
The secret elevator, huh? Oh, wait, is there gonna be crafting later?
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Plasma conduits blazed with energy capable of powering a rocket. That's pretty neat. Alright, to the elevator. To the Lord Captain's quarters. We must save Theodora, even though I fear she is long dead. Wow. What a nice room. Okay. Another nice room. I wonder if she has parties in this one. Almost certainly. Okay, I see the beer bottle.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Well, Damn, she's dead. I wonder what killed her or who killed her. The murder scene looked like something caught the victim by surprise. Theodora von Valencius's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Don't ask me, man.
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. Borgier wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last.
Perhaps.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
Where is Mort?
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Let's go examine the Arch-Militant. Oh, so there was Mort. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and a charge of his skull. The safety on the Arch-Militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split-second fashion in the Norman Theodora. Viewing closer to the body, the cause of death is apparent. According to the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-splattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The objects fall on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in Promethean. Idira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter, signed with the initials XC, and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter, and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Rykad system. One of my acolytes, Interrogator Henrik von Kalox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Buribundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of Interrogator von Colossus' activity on Rykad Minoris is of no concern to you. If required, Van Colax himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. X. And sends a shiver down your spine as the author of his letter addressed to Theodore Ravnicus is signed the seal of one of the Holy Ordos, the Emperor's Inquisition, a secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and their enemies, and other enemies of humanity. In Idira. Would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer from her eye.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
Alright. We had best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
You're loyal, Idira. I like that. I like that a lot.
Let us walk this path to
I
the
really
end.
hope that doesn't come back to bite us in the butt, though. What is this? Oh, well, who is that?
Close ranks!
What is?
to the dark powers!
Oh no. Let me go get a water real quick. But that's not good. That's not good at all. What would the best course of action be here?
Follow my
I guess
lead.
it's time for you to tank, Avalord.
I'm not interested.
I fucked up again. Oh my god.
Someone else can do this.
How are you missing that? Abelard! Abelard, you bastard! What do you mean you got fucking parried?
And so shall it be done. I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done.
Okay. Hey sis. What up?
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Am I stupid? Why can't she attack?
This is unacceptable.
Oh my god. Are you being serious? Yeah. Oh. Okay,
That is
that's
for
kind
the
of weird.
strike is a prayer. Guided by faith.
What are the chances she'll hit the person directly in front of her? Alright.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
You gotta be kidding me. Of course you'd miss. Who am I kidding? Of course you'd fucking miss.
Was that you? Or...
Stop hitting my team! Stop hitting my team! Why do so many of my abilities hit all these? Oh.
Cleanses the body.
I mean, hey man, she didn't seem to be upset getting pissed off.
That's not the Seneschal's job. I'd rather not.
Brother, stop being so fucking difficult to
I've seen
use.
worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
Alright, let's fucking fuck this guy up. Actually, hold on.
Actions will speak louder than words.
And then let's hit you with one of those.
The Emperor commands.
And then, you know what? Let's hit you with one of
And
these.
so it shall be another step towards our ultimate victory.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Like, am I stupid? No fucking shots, cause she missed all of those. There we go. Oh, level up. Again. Okay. Grace of the Oblivious, huh? That's honestly really funny. Okay, there's no more loot to be had here. Okay, let's level up real quick. Feature. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Improvements. Oh. Whenever the operator attacks, whenever the operator attacks, give me this. At full wounds, detective system. Okay, I have yet to actually give wounds, I think. Instant exposure, expose weakness, constant AP, time of excellence. Operator triggers an exploit. The operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from the distance of 200. Okay. Hmm. There is quite a lot. Okay, you know, I'm too new to this game to be able to make a choice by myself. I'm gonna have to go with something that the game recommends I get. I've not done that, so either that, or this. I think I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna get this. Okay. Okay, what to get you? Oh, brother. Okay, hold on. Content whenever the enemy attacks the warrior. Warriors next to melee damage. Okay. Relation. Target. Attacks again, one plan. And there's slaughter. That's whenever an enemy attacks, happens quite a lot. Got that for you. Okay, what are we gonna give you, baby? Honestly, probably the same thing. Okay, yeah, I know I already have that. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Amadri. Each adjacent ally, the soldier deals plus 9% more damage. Oh, am I stupid as... Okay, I needed to not use her up close then. That makes a lot of sense. Whenever the soldier... I might have to get the reload. I haven't had the reload yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. See, what... For each adjacent ally, but I feel like I have yet to actually have my allies stick close together, so I think I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna get rapid reload for her. Okay. Onwards we go, guys. The Void Ship Bridge. I can't believe how big this vessel is. Oh. Oh no.
The Divine watches over us. Accomplished.
Well, we don't like that. We don't like that at all.
Sacrifice opens the eye.
Okay.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Hey there, bud.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue traitor.
Theodora von Valencius is dead. I have found her in the Archmilitary study.
God Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead.
Yep.
The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head.
For now.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only be resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Oh, he'll get help.
Then we
alright.
have no right to bow our heads.
Yeah, let's go fuck up some shit. You guys should probably stop him from doing this. You can see Conrad Duvall. You can see Conrad clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer.
We are out of time.
Conrad, you duplicitous cur! The rogue trader's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Farewell.
Edelthrad, don't!
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Okay. That's not a Slanesh demon, right?
Are getting louder. Your emperor won't save you.
The Emperor protects!
Rejoice in service.
Don't you dare even pretend like the
I
Emperor
cannot
won't be here with
comply.
me. Oh, why not? Why is this unavailable? Oh, I'm stupid, that's why. You know, Argentina, be mine.
And so shall it be done. I won't suffer this.
I see. Stacks of okay, that makes sense. I need to.
Will do.
I need to build up stacks of exposed. Analyze.
On it.
Sorry, analyze enemy. I need to build up stacks of analyze enemy. Is there no way around the beast? No, there's not. Oh, hey, this works.
High momentum.
I love that ability. That is such a good ability.
I bring ruin.
Can you guys even see us? Oh.
Stay vigilant.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have these guys. Pistol shot. Oh, brother.
That is not the Emperor's will.
Yeah, it really is.
I will not.
No line of sight, huh? What do you mean no line of sight?
This is unacceptable.
That is unacceptable. You're right. You're so right. Fucking. God damn you.
Rejoice in battle.
Fucking. Okay. Emperor bless me.
As the Emperor.
Fucking. Thank you. Firearm mastery. The soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire. Using the weapon attack will normally cost the least AP. These attacks do not spend AP.
I am his will made manifest.
Okay. I mean, like, surely
That
these
is not the Emperor's will.
No,
I refuse. This is unacceptable.
are you being serious? You have to be kidding me! You can't see this beast? Oh my.
I will not.
I fucking wasted that. Okay. Well, that pisses me off. The characters really can't like look around cover like that. That's crazy.
Chaos guides me.
At your beck and call. Indeed. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
I must not falter.
Let's go. Come on, crew officer. Good shot. Good shot. Please survive this. Good.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Haha, you do nothing. You're worthless.
The Emperor commands. And so shall it be done.
I need to build more stacks. I shouldn't have hit him with Abelard.
Will do.
Oh my god, I'm actually stupid as fuck. Hold on. Oh, explode. Oh my god, I'm actually stupid. Alright. You know, that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. How are you missing those? Whatever, man.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
They sure will.
Follow my lead.
I can't believe I wasted her ult or whatever you want to call it like that, man. That's so cool.
A tactically sound approach.
You're so fucking bad.
I'm not interested.
That is crazy that I can just that Abelard can just dodge this creature. That's
I
so
will
funny.
do my duty.
It's actually so funny to me. Please kill them. Please get the kill. Goodbye. I don't know where you died. Yup. Oh. Good parry. Good parry.
Through pain and hardship, we prove our devotion.
We got 7 exposed on him. I'm gonna continue to build up those stacks, honestly.
Can I fall back now?
No.
Was that you?
Huh? Avalar's just sitting there taking it. That's so good. That's actually so funny to me.
But of course. No can do.
You gotta be kidding me that she needs to be right next to them.
That is not my death.
Okay, fine then. Be that way.
That is not the Emperor's will. This is why I was chosen. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
I've suffered worse. At your beck and call. It will be done.
What are you gonna do, huh?
Failed me.
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose. You have been judged and found wanting.
I mean, hey man.
Stop mocking me.
Get fucked, okay? Good stuff.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
You have to be kidding me. Look at that! They should name that character. Once the character kills the boss before I can, they should give them a name and title and stuff. Whoa. That was fun. I did enjoy seeing my man Abelard dodge them like a bajillion times. Let's see. Fellowship. What? No, no, you can't set my lore to 0. No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability, or affects an ally with such an ability. Okay, fine. Offense. Chain weapon expert. Okay, +5. This is a power weapon. Okay, defense. You protect me. Oh, yeah. Weapon skill. You do something. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Origin town. Okay. Ready to serve. Stronger together. This is tough, man. This is really tough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bad at choices. Especially when I can grab shit that actually just like levels up my skills. Like just straight like... Why wouldn't I want +7 to commerce? Or +7 to logic? Or lore? Like... This is hard. I'm gonna go with this. This is hard. This is hard. This is hard. Oh, okay. Well then why is it showing up as I don't understand why they have it show up again if I already have it. Okay, for Abelard. You know what? Fuck it. Abelard. And then, let's see. You have... Oh my god, wait. You have 50 toughness? Holy Holy moly. Okay. Honestly... Do I want to increase your damage? Or do I want to make it so you dodge more? Huh? I think I'm gonna... Alright, what do I give you, baby? What do I give you? Whatever, you have good perception. I think you need willpower, let's be real. And, okay. Edge of Fate. At the beginning of every combat, the Psychic allies gain +15. Okay. Every 9 successful dodge in or parry by the Psychic allies. Okay. Well, you know... Oh, support features is probably better than what I'm looking for. Let's see, Warp Mine. Let me see. Ah, this is hard. Okay, am I stupid? Like, force weapon. Okay, Psychic Barrage might actually be nice. Cause like unnatural luck when the psychic uses divination, psychic power, and ally. Yeah. But like I don't do that though. Like, am I dumb to be wondering like where she like? Fuck it. Psychic Barrage. I did not expect for that to be so hard. You know what? I think you get dodged too often, to be honest here. I definitely want to give you that. Fired up, fired up, fired up, record loop. Okay, when an area attack, deals damage to all creatures. Okay, so like the burst fire thing doesn't count as an area attack, right? Okay. Dude, why does she have so many freaking things? This is hard. This is hard. This is hard. I really don't know what to use. You know, let's get. I cannot believe that that is taking me like that long to actually like choose what to do. Okay, now what? Where did Conrad run off to? Okay.
The air. Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
Were they just here the whole time that was going down?
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Your words seem to knock the officers out of the stupor, and the air around you fills with the voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing. One of the survivors is buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
How did you people survive in here?
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them. But it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
And the God Emperor answered and sent us. Truly, we are blessed to be under his protection. I am ready to begin the ritual. That's so cool that we have a throne, though. I really like that. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath its thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other, a vessel of ancient evil, pours into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms of all the horrors of the world.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same element finally envisioned in mind. You are to blame for Theodore's death.
I am the beginning and the end, and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
I don't believe
The
that.
aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
Okay. I'm sure you believe that. I sure don't, but
The
hey.
path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
I'm no one's servant except for that of the God Emperor.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Yes, we will.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow
Yep.
that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
It was all of us, Avalord. I couldn't have done it alone, you know.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
I will do my best to honor this great office.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members.
What do we do? How do we prepare the ship and stuff? Where do we need to go to do it?
Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
Me, baby. Conspiracy. You completed the prologue. Woohoo! Only took me about 3 hours. My stream in this one. This is... I'm sorry, guys. You made it this far. God willing, I have some loyal viewers who made it this far somehow. Or who skipped here. Because I can't blame you if you did. I forgot what I was going with that. But so... Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, hold on. Wait. Anyway, sorry I'm so slow at this, but I do enjoy taking my time to read, and also I get confused very easily, like an 80-year-old man. Well then, your lordship, not help notice the center show, not know how to talk to you or where to begin. Said hesitation, bringing on military smart to your face. This is someone else entirely. It's willing that the whole officers will be seeing your smile. Avalon told himself. I'm still having to deal with that intrepid creature. Oh wow, wait, this isn't voice acted anymore? Okay. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputies. Others going failed entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How do we go to lose some officers? How we come to lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising, given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers. Okay then, what is all the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we're currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Okay. Have you seen track now? No, Lord Captain, in all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corners. But, frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I am afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. Okay, Avalord. I am ready to start the briefing. Come in the office. Interesting. Avalord relays the orders to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent ship. Let's see, okay. Okay. A dozen pairs of eyes boring onto you. Expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and willingness. Attention officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Sir Michael von Valencius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, I believe. As you wish, your lordship. Avalord points to a tall, slender woman's body. Seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vidge Dis Suri Ota of the Kalaman line, our new Vox Master. It is an honor to serve your lordship. The Vox Master offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. She looks pretty cool. I like her portrait. Beside her is Ravo, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us, to ensure we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, that dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a solid no. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our high factotum Janris Donrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in the embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man, bald hair, offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all tech priest mechadendrites. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Ways, head of the Astropath section, able to join us. Yeah. He's in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Wise. Why do I have to Master Wise? Master Wise, Master Bees, Wise. It's been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valencius Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. It is equally regrettable that 2 more individuals worthy of mention could not join us at the briefing. The Master at Arms and Confessor Adalbert. The eminent Adalbert must see to the funeral services being held for the fallen officers, of whom there are too many for him to take leave from the chapter. And Mistress Sauerback, who has replaced her late predecessor as her Master at Arms, is currently leading the search for any surviving agents of Conrad. All of the persons are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of proceedings. Okay. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his 3 deputies expired on the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. High Factotum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full list of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and, unfortunately, that number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caligo's Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet. Drives, Master. I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Voxry translator emerges from under the tech priest's scornful. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted in my charge is unharmed, thanks to the Omniscience, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of massaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engine Seer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. The tech priest bows. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our Engine Seer Prime and the Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set up as so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkhead. Your Lordship, if you allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete lock silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. They have located a navigator in the very same system. It is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation of real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fruitful chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the key of salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go around and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Prometheum and supplies last. And if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to help them out. We'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that side. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No. Our job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. As if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead. And now we have a green Lord Captain who is supposed to lead us to Void knows where. Silence! Enforcers! Seize this mutineer! No, come on! You don't have to fucking hit him, dude. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your Lordship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides find a replacement, that is. Or we already have one lined up. Okay. Iconoclast, dogmatic, or a third, more neutral option. I could not trust Abelard to punish someone at his discretion. He seems a bit like a dog champing at the bit to be loyal. He seems... What's the word that I'm looking for? Abelard is very dogmatic, I think is the term I'm looking for. So I think I'm going to have them stand down and release him. For I have no intention of punishing a moment of weakness, especially not after the terrible attack we have endured. Abelard stares unblinking at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire planet. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. Ashor Naitalomo. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is a picture of shock, which has happened seemed to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so nearly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses of crew members, and we require a new engine seer, prime, and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage. It can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first resolving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me more about this system in which we currently find ourselves? I see you're the Voxmaster on this point, Mistress Ptolemy. We are in the Rykard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your Lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to sound Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykard Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. What was most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you for all your reports. The assembled officers salute you at once. Your lordship, there is one other thing. Confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora. Abelard hesitates. Your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. It is given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronus Expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodore's desk. It was signed XC. You were referring to the contents of that note, I presume. Yes, quite right, XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix von Karloff. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed. But an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the governor of Rykard Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencia's protectorate. Abelard gives you another excruciating look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softened slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, the Sister Argenta, explain yourself. Argenta, the Sister of Battle, nods towards Idira. It's like you're suffering some ailment, or a dark vanish. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me if you have the time, rogue trader. His glazed eyes were over the assemble. One word burst from the lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it! Idira presses her fingers to her temple in desperation. Your lordship! Here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way. I can't make out what it is no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn? And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? I cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Talas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going to berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it, any of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look in your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by ministers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. Miss Iker's bitten lips stretched to her eyes, smiling. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Let's see what to do. Okay. Am I stupid? Why is the cargo above 100%? How is that possible? Alright. Void ship management. Oh, I can upgrade the hull, huh? Please scrap. Hold on. I don't want to take that off. Let's upgrade the hull, I guess. Yikes. It can only be so many places at once, huh? Okay, for now, it looks like this is where we have to have things, and then once I get more people... What exactly do these do, though? Supreme Commander, the post oversees the crew and gives orders to other posts. This post manages onboard artillery. Field Master manages the various technical systems, including the Void Shield. Oversees execution of the ship's movement and maneuvers. Oh. That is actually really funny that for... Oh, wait. Oh, it's just... Okay. Okay, what is the Corpus Lens? Oh. Yeah, that's right. Map. Fuck it. Let's go talk to Idira. Jocasta. Oh. Jocasta Saddleback is the very picture of discipline. Her uniform is exquisitely pressed. Her armor is polished, and her posture is imposing and rigid. The only flaw in her immaculate appearances is the heavy Enforcer's maul, which is worn and battered from frequent use. She salutes you with a practiced motion. Greetings, Lord Captain. How do you come to serve on my flag? I come from the noble Sourback family of the capital world of Dargonis. I dare say that our house is renowned for its loyalty and strict adherence of the law, and the members of my family have been your faithful and enforcers for centuries. I am honored to be the 6th Master at Arms named Sourback to serve on this ship. Why are you here instead of basking in luxury on Dargonis? Because of my cousin Macarius. A fierce crease appears between her brows. I cannot stand him, but the feeling is mutual. We can hardly be in the same room together, so I jumped at the opportunity to become your enforcer. I should thank my obnoxious cousin for nudging me toward the best decision of my life. I serve you with all my heart, and wish for no other fate than this one. You're wearing the Imperial Navy armor. How did you come by this? I inherited from the previous Master at Arms. Like the esteemed Seneschal, he left the Navy to serve Lady Theodora. He brought quite a few officers with him and established a tradition. On the death or resignation of an enforcer, his or her armor would be passed on to a fellow officer who had distinguished themselves in the course of their duties. I was awarded armor in this way in my time, and upon the death of my predecessor, I inherited his personal armor. What is your opinion of me as the Lord Captain? I would not dare form any opinions about your lordship. That would be unforgivably brazen of me. My duty is to serve, not to evaluate. I want to know what you think about the other officers. I do not trust them, but I do not trust anyone. Mistress Ptolemy has too much power, and will surely be tempted to start deciding for herself what information to share with the crew on your behalf, and what to withhold. Her avarice is closely entwined with the ship's systems, which opens up plenty of opportunities for sabotage. He must be watched. As for Danric, forgive me, for a man of his size and habits cannot help but steal. What can you tell me about Abaddon? The Seneschal is the model of competency and fidelity, and all the officers and enforcers look up to him with gratitude. A grimace of fierce devotion takes hold of Sourback's face before she abruptly grips her teeth and continues. It is all the more distressing to see that the years have not been has not been kind to the deeply respected Master Syrian. Soon there will be no rejuvenant treatment that can save him from the mistakes inherent in such adventures. We are ever watchful, and will be there to steady the trembling hand of the honored veteran if need be. I want to know more about your service. I am ready to answer any questions, Lord Captain. What are the Master-at-Arms' duties? I'm responsible for the upholding safety and order aboard the ship, guard duties, patrols, finding and punishing troublemakers. In addition, my enforcers ensure that the crew follow all directives and carry out their tasks properly. As I say in my family, a servant who shows disobedience today prepares a right tomorrow. There are 3,000 people. Oh, sorry, no. Where the heck did I get 3 from? There are thousands of people aboard this vessel. How do you maintain order? 2 words, Lord Captain. Suppression and fear. That's 3. That's 3 words, but I get it. The base nature of the rabble cries for an iron grip, lest they give in to their animal urges. We have many well-tested measures to prevent it. Random night surges. Random night searches. Preventative interrogations. Corporal punishment. And executions. Of course, the laws of the ship equally apply to the officers. We eradicate the canker of insubordination where we find it without mercy. I hope we will not repeat the mistakes of the previous Master Arms. Excuse me. Here's Louise, man. I am gassy today. You can be sure of that. He was a fine enforcer, but suffered from the fatal flaw of trusting his associates. I myself lack that weakness and trust no one except you, Lord Captain. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like that's pretty unhealthy to not trust anyone but me, but okay. Changing the subject. That is all for now. Proud to serve the dynasty. Alright, let's go talk to High Factotum Jairus Downrock. The corpulent man in the lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirls over his shoulders, while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheet of paper he's holding. And he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implement. Greetings, Your Lordship. Janus Danrak, at your service. How did you come to serve the Von Valencia's dynasty? I come from Dargonis, Your Lordship. I have been a subject of your dynasty since birth, and have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family, due to my being 15th in line for the title. So I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me, in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. Janus lets out an almost kindly chuckle. While my brothers and sisters schemed against one another, I studied the exact scientist and mastered bookkeeping, the greatest art of the adeptus administratum. I must admit that the accumulation of wealth, something one can control, far more exciting than the hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. What was it like working for Theodora? Oh, now that's a tricky question, Your Lordship. You ask it of everyone, knowing they risk losing their head should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor. I shall put it thusly. Working with Lady Theodora was never boring and always profitable. The Imperium has billions of subjects, but very few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theodora was one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. I wish to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Keeping tabs on your subordinates, a wise move. Tell me who interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Janus's eyes light up. He is obviously eager to speak his mind. Tell me what you think of Seneschal Abelard Worsterian. If anyone is listening to me say these names, I am so sorry if I'm mispronouncing them. I have no doubt that it is very frustrating for you. If you are hearing this, leave a comment as to how some of these names are pronounced, and I will endeavor my best to remember. Tell me what you think of Seneschal Abelard Worsterian. Lady Theodore managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not: teach Master Worsterian carry orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what method she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there's something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possesses the cunning and experience to run the Protectorate passively whenever Lady Theodora was away, and that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or, alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. I'd like to hear your opinion of Conrad Voigtiver, the former Master of Wisdom. I hope I never see him set foot aboard this vessel again, not even as a servitor, although he would be able to do at least some good that way. Someone has to clean the latrines after all. The factotum's bloated face grows stern. He gave us all quite a fright on that ill-fated day, Lord Captain, and still, to speak candidly, I never enjoyed Master Conrad's company, but I believed him to be a man who knew how to do his job. Regrettably, I was mistaken. It turned out Conrad lacked the most important quality for a Master of Whispers: unwavering loyalty to the rogue trader, and his failing came to light in the most deplorable manner. What do you have to say about Voxmaster Vigus Ptolemy? Ah, yes, the Voidborn. You know, in my family, we used such creatures as quarry whenever we went hunting. Mutants are the bane of humanity, an unseen tumor that threatens to end us all. But I digress. In the brief time Ptolemy has spent in post as Voxmaster, I have not noticed any significant flaws in her character, or anything that would make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she is very diligent, as is any Voidborn seeking to earn their master's affection. I believe you can trust in her skills and loyalty. I wish to discuss something else. I want to know more about the people who buy our plunder. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? We most often deal with the followers of St. Drusus, the Explorators, the Casbilica Mission, or, Emperor forgive us, the Fellowship of the Void. What do the followers of St. Drusus acquire from us? The Drusians still hope to bring the Coronus expansion into the warm embrace of the faith. Just as their flock hopes to receive the aid of the Drusian missionaries. Each crate of food, shipment of cloth, and box of medicines marked with your seal is a sign the rogue trader himself believes in the sect's future success. Reverend Hieronymus, the first among the Drusians, and often seen in Footfall's grand attribute, a gloomy fellow, but some almost believe him to be a saint. Tell me more about the Explorators. Members of the Explorator Cognizance fleet, which has been roaming the Coronus expanse for a good while now. Omnicide knows what they are hoping to find. Their acolytes regularly show up on inhabited worlds, seeking bits of sacred knowledge, tracking down mechanical relics, and sniffing out Xeno artifacts, if truth be told. Supposedly they want to save the ignorant rabble from corruption. A tech priest named Opticon 22 does business with us on the fleet's behalf. He can be found at the decks of Unfootball. I am interested in the Casbilica mission. Masters of the cold trade, the more criminals and notorious crooks to the last man. The mission is but one branch of this mafia gang that has taken roots in the Calixis sector. You can do business with them as long as you take the necessary precautions. They are led by Valdeum Tokara, who recently appointed himself Liege of Footfall. Of course, he is a trusted ally of rogue trader Winterscale, but he will not refuse you, another of the Emperor's anointed. If you wish to talk to Veldium, look for him in the Liege's palace on Footfall. What is this Fellowship of the Void? Danris admits a laugh-like gurgle. A pompous name, is it not? In truth, they are a gang of pirates who are forever squabbling over loot and territory. However, some of their little flotillas need supplies, or can take awkward cargo off our hand without asking questions. Of course, there's always a risk that these scoundrels will change their mind and attempt to board us instead, but so far our macro cannons have managed to keep them in line. They say Ryza Calvaria speaks on the Fellowship's behalf. The Adeptus Amascus on Footfall is rumored to be her favorite haunt. Why are we giving away our spoils to these people in the first place? Profit from them, of course. Most of the things you will find during expeditions are complete junk to one such as yourself, but the less fortunate and affluent servants of the Emperor think these treasures. Especially when they are bestowed by the great rogue trader himself. Rusian fanatics and pirate cutthroats, cash bellica, dealers and explorators. None will refuse our help in these dark and trying times, and there may come a time when we shall be the ones requiring aid, and it would be beneficial to have allies willing to provide it. I suggest we change this. I wish to bolster my retinue with skilled fighters. Rest assured, there are people of the most outstanding talents among the thousands of them. I will contact the overseas at once. Ah, what a shame, what a shame. What fucking backpack does she have? What am I? Okay, cool. Yeah. I kinda like that. Okay.
We need to investigate.
Oh? What? Okay. Okay, no. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting to see that that's how that works. Idira, how you doing, buddy? The tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head towards you and offers you a quick smile. Leave it as her eyes look right through you. Idira, about your ability.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
I am worried for the crew. Bikers aren't the safest people to live alongside.
Oh, there's no need, Lord Captain. The crew learned a long time ago to keep their distance from me. They're afraid I'll stand next to them and just like that, I'll hear something embarrassing. Ridiculous. Like I have nothing better to do than to snoop through their mind's undergarment drawer.
That's pretty funny. Do you know Theodora von Valencia as well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. only when I was asked.
Okay.
It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
Damn.
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Tell me about Lyra.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead, in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention. It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
Mm-hmm. What did you do before you came to be on the ship?
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining.
I like
Our
idea.
rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
Mm-hmm. How did you end up in the Rogue Trader service?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too.
Yeah.
As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat.
I bet.
I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
I'm happy they could take you, Idira. What you went through sounds pretty horrible. Probably not even in the top 1,000 things that can happen in this universe, but still pretty bad. Have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amasek. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Of course, Lord Captain.
So, what's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me. But it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
Fair enough.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
That sounds terrible. How do you live with that?
Training, habit, and a little Amasek and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
And what would happen if the door opened more than a crack?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me, I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Aren't you afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
Okay. You see my future?
All right. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Sure.
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Okay.
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord?
These are a tad bit more esoteric and muddied than I was thinking they'd be.
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
I'd like to hear your augury idea. What wait in the future?
Alright, let's hear what they're whispering.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices
Okay, I
are
didn't
going
realize I was
wild.
gonna replay the same
I can't make
thing.
out a thing.
I thought maybe the one
I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But
path
for
was
now...
from the DLC that I bought, and the other one was the bit was the base. Yeah, things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices.
Oh,
Ones that
yeah,
whisper
yeah.
to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
You got a new story for me, Idira?
You bet I do, Lord Captain. Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrive at the place, and what a place!
Hey, welcome,
All
Aldi.
the gentlemen
How's
and
it
ladies
going,
dressed
man?
to kill, showing off their encrusted implants.
What were you
all
playing?
clustered around little tables. Well,
I assume so
turned
go,
out
but
it was a gaming
I know you play
den.
more than just
and
that.
not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it.
Alright, okay, there we go.
People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway,
Oh, what?
so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course
What up,
she didn't.
Cam Luton?
If there's one thing she never
How's it
lacked,
going,
it's
dude?
stubbornness.
Any of you
So
guys,
they sat down and the cards were dealt.
ever
I'm
heard
hovering
of
around like
Rogue
I'm not
Trader?
involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just
Well,
scuttle
this is a
around
very
in Footfall's
dialogue-heavy
underbelly.
game,
And the psyker just
Ozzy.
freaked out, I guess.
What up,
After all the
Otis?
commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
You're a little bit crazy, man.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
I hope you get some of the help I know you need. Let's see, I've talked to you, I've talked to you. I haven't done that yet. Boxmaster, let's go to Boxmaster. Talk to Avalon.
Lord Captain,
Let's talk about things that may be useful to me as the rope trader.
a noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Okay then, outline the situation in the Coronus expansion. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronus Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Until recently, the Coronus Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory.
The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
Okay. Sounds like I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of pirates and stuff. Okay, who all is in this area?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness.
Alright.
Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Kalagos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
Alright.
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbalaka Mission, organized crime in its most primitive form.
Let's go.
It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Okay, Conrad, our previous master of the Whisper. What can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he'll do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable
Why
oversight.
is the name spelled like that if it's pronounced that way? Just change the G to a D, please. Get rid of the T.
We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake.
Sounds like what someone who's called the Master of Whippers.
If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
Alright, that's all for now.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
You may call me by my first name, if you wish.
I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates. Of course you gotta be a stickler for
the rules, Abelard. Whatever. Can you tell me more about you?
As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
Do you have any family?
I am a widower. I am a father of 4. And if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11.
He's Louise, man.
My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
Alright. Well then, can you tell me what you were before you became Theodora's seneschal?
I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No, "I used to be" is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life.
Okay.
I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora.
I like this guy.
But in my heart
I
and
like
mind,
Abelard so far.
I'm still an officer of the Imperium. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds.
They have armies?
Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me. But I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the expanse.
So you say that about her, but I don't really know anything about her, dude.
You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. The Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue.
Okay.
The Navis Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing, or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank.
Okay. You know, with the way you're talking to Theodora, no, I'm not gonna say that. You had a wife, you're widowed, you have children, I'm just not gonna touch that.
Of course.
I must take my leave. Until next time, Seneschal.
Lord Captain.
Alright, who? Oh, yeah, you. I wanted to talk to you next. Vox Master Vijdis. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my... It is done, Lord Captain. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. Your appearance is unique. You are a Voidborn, are you not? My appearance comes from my heritage. Generation after generation of people who spent their entire lives in the depths of this port ship. Neither we nor our ancestors have ever left our home. But the same can be said about many denizens of the Imperium's millions of worlds. We are used to the silence of the cosmos and the voices of the ship. There are thousands of us, but we dwell far from the Lord Captain's upper decks and remain unseen. We are the Voidborn. Where does the word Voidborn come from? Because we are the children born in the void between the stars, be it the womb of a traveling vessel, an orbital satellite, or a forgotten asteroid station, low-gravity voyages through the warp, and the countless dangers of space travel. Everything others hate and dread is second nature to us. Okay, can you tell me about the lives of the Voidborn in my crew? To us, the groans, creaks, and murmurs of the ship sound the way babbling brooks and singing birds do to world dwellers. We hear the ship breathe, know what it is feeling and thinking. We are a part of the ship just like it is a part of us. We perform numerous functions, and there are many officers among our number. Some maintain order and prevent mutiny, others serve as shepherds and support the crew, and some devote themselves to mending the body and spirit of the vessel. Most of the Voidborn are members of large void ship dynasties that bear responsibility for a certain aspect of the ship's life. For 300 years, the main branch of the Ptoleman dynasty has produced the ships of Oxmasters, and most of our subordinates come from the cadet houses of the dynasty. How do you find life on the ship? Life has been quite generous to me, Lord Captain. I am the Voxmaster, and only the best in the dynasty can become one. By virtue of my skills and position, no one has ever denied me anything. Our family claims a spacious section for Demesne. I also enjoy long walks through the narrow and dimly lit corridors of the ship, listening to the sounds of her activity, falling asleep and waking up to the chanting of hymns, and admiring the stars beyond, of course. How do others on the ship treat you? We look, speak, and move differently from the inhabitants of the planetary worlds. Our way of life, traditions, and quirks frighten these people, just like the darkness of the cosmos. Many believe us to be the bringers of ill fortune, and alas, it is the Voidborn who get the blame for terrible warp phenomena during longer voyages. Several years ago, an unfortunate warp jump caused all the food on board to spoil. 15 days later, a hungry and furious crew nearly massacred everyone on the lower decks, blaming us for the misfortune and hoping to restock the larders with our flesh. I would have been killed during the mutiny had Idira Talas not shown up in the right place at the right time. She came to my rescue, and the scoundrel's fear of her was even greater than the fear of the Voidborn. Looks like you are close friends with Idira. The Voidborn seldom make friends, especially among the captain's entourage. But you see, many consider Idira to be different. I am different too. We have spent plenty of time in each other's company discussing regicide over a glass of amasek. Except Idira changed after one incident, and we started to drift apart. The death of Lord Captain Theodora made her withdraw even more. I do not know if Idira considers me her friend now, but we used to be very, very close. It is good I can still look after her in my own way. Interpreting the Voxmaster's emotions based on half a face and a Vox modulated voice is no easy task, but you manage to catch the undercurrent in Vigdis's words. The Voxmaster is not merely saddened by her rift with Idira, she is devastated by it. Have you ever left the ship? Oh, I did once, and it was dreadful. It felt like the massive blue dome overhead could shatter at any moment and fall, and my bones would be crushed by the gravity. The ship is my home, Lord Captain, and I would not trade it even for the bounty of 100 worlds. I see. Let us return to business. What are your duties as a Voxmaster? I am the eyes and the voice of this voyage ship. I supervise several dozen officers and 3 times that number of support personnel. We receive, send, encrypt, and decode all incoming and outgoing messages through the ship's internal and external channels, and we also ensure clean communications and the optimal efficiency of the crew's Voxcasters. Do you ever want to know what worries and concerns your crew are harboring? What your subjects are whispering about in local networks after their watches, and what their leaders are clamoring about over shortwave Vox transmissions, just come and see me. I will satisfy your curiosity. Have the Vox spirits brought you anything interesting lately? Forgive me, Lord Captain. I have no information that would be of interest to you at the moment. That'll be all for now. I live to serve, Lord Captain. Alright, let's see. I've talked to everyone here. Almost. Okay, I still need to talk to these 3 people. Okay. I think I'm going to talk to these people, and then I'm going to call it a night. The tall man before you appears to be woven from tendons and muscle. blue veins snaked under his white, almost dove-colored skin, and his scalp and chin are covered in cropped white hair. His neck and shoulders are wrapped in wires that hint at the presence of neural connectors under his uniform. The officer's face seems to be twisted in a perpetual grimace of annoyance and anger, but he greets you with a respectful nod. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman Raver, at your service. You are a Voidborn, are you not? That I am. Born into a helmsman clan in the bowels of a Chartist vessel. Started the family trade until I was 15. Then my entire clan was butchered in a mutiny by lower hold scum. They spared the youngins. Of course they did. Kids with implanted connectors make great navigational servitors, but I was having none of it. They weren't going to make a servitor out of me, so I escaped into the crawlways. And then I've spent months packing. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading sometimes. Picking. Spending months picking them off, one after the other. Robert stops abruptly. You got me talking up a storm. Anyway, yes, I am a Voidborn. Finish your story, Robert. Robert stays silent for a few seconds. Not much to tell. I gutted everyone I could get to, and then I fled upward to the middle decks. That's where the auger operators took me under their wing. They have apprentice helmsmen of their own up there, you see. Nobody asked me any questions, so I stayed. I grew up, trained, got smarter. And then ended up a junior helmsman a dozen years later. Dan Rock spotted me and lured me away, the cheeky blighter. Tell me about the Voidborn. Raver winces and rubs his temple. Lord Captain, I mean no disrespect, but you'd do better to find someone with a knack for conversation like Tolliman, the new Voxburst. I ain't the talking type. I just get the ship where she needs to go. Best let folks stick to what they do best. What can you tell me about the other officers? Good for nothing wasters, that's what they are. Each and every one. Take generous Danrock, that highborn wet weasel. He fawns over the officers, but some of the deals he makes would get him burned alive. He drags other people into a scheme so they can take the fall for him, too. One of my junior helmsmen was ferrying goods from football for him, got caught by the seneschal, and ended up in the void hatch. Dan Rock couldn't care less. The Voxmaster, another Tolliman like the last one, would rest him, is no better. She cut off half the Vax channels the day she took up her post. Said the Vox systems were damaged, and the engineer had no contact with other modules. But how am I supposed to steer the ship? Collect the COGS report with the power of my mind? First Officer Wersirin, I can't stand him. Like every naval officer I ever met, he doesn't know a thing about controlling a vessel in the void, but he puffs himself up all the same and throws his weight around. Me and him have had words a few times before he left me alone. Thank the Emperor, Lady Theodora trusted me more than the Seneschal when it came to helming a void ship. Then there's that woman. What's her name? Talas? Lady Theodora brought her along wherever she went, and look what happened to her. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out it was that witch that delivered her to an early grave, just like countless souls before. I don't see why anyone would want that walking calamity on their ship, but some would disagree. They say she is friends with young Tolliman, you know, or at least she used to be. Tell me, do you like anyone at all? Raja looks perplexed. What kind of question is that? I like you, and Lady Theodora before you. Where would I be if I was making cracks about the rogue trader? Oh, I don't want to die just yet. Alright. Lord Captain. Interesting. Interesting look into him. Ooh, hey, Argenta.
Rogue trader.
Oh, okay, this one's voiced. You said you have a personal request.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans?
I will meet with them. No formality is needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valencia's dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
Of course, dear Argenta. Oh, wait, I didn't realize it was immediately going to load me into that. Okay. Let's have a talk with these orphan boys and girls, boys born and whatever else. The motley crew of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Okay. Argentina is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valencius." You notice Infernus Master Enric Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Your captain greets you, brave ones. Teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back, stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem solemn and not particularly impressed. So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you, noble lot. You just give us speeches. Argenta turns to the boy, a flurry of emotions flashes in her eyes. She wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back. And it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on the ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. Which of the three options should I choose? I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through. But they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command, I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. These are some good options. I don't know, man. I don't know what to choose. I'm leaning towards 1 or 3. I think I'm gonna go with 1. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether your words have left any impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying package treats with Von Valencius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Thank you, Seneschal. What? Just hand it to them. What are you doing here? Argenta rubs her temples pensively. He smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, and leaves the bay. Was that really it? No. Ah. I hope I made them feel a little bit better, though. It's gotta be tough losing your being born on, like, how does that even work, man? The ship is like an actual city, so people are born. There's like generations of people born on this ship. How is that possible? Don't you guys get tired of being on here? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go back to talking to Argento, and then after that.
Greetings.
Tell me about the Adepta Sororitas? Hold on, sorority? Yeah, sororitas?
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters.
Okay.
We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate.
Okay.
And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
Okay. But the Order Pronatus is not one of the Order's militant. And yet you are a trained fighter.
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless.
Okay, I see.
Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge.
You do the Imperium proud.
And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
Okay. That's interesting, I guess. They say the Adeptus Sororitas are the fiercest in the faith among the warriors of the Imperium. Is it true?
It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Okay, are all sisters truly as faultless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness.
Okay.
But do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me.
I should hope not.
Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, For nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
Yeah, sometimes I forget just how fanatical this universe can get. Very cool. Very cool. You said you belong to the Calaxian branch of your order. What brought you to the Coronis Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parson Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Are there any other members of the Adepta Sororitas in the Coronis Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
Okay, so something tells me that we're not gonna run into another sisterhood. Okay, I have no more questions for you.
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
Tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
What is it that's keeping you in my retinue?
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
I enjoy your company, Argenta. I hope that you remain in the crew and that this ship becomes your home.
Those are very courteous words, Rogue Trader. Thank you, both for your words and your hospitality.
How did you end up on the ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
Yeah. Evil knows no sleep, right? Is it difficult to accept that you made a mistake? You're only human.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not.
Of course not.
Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
And when did this happen? I mean, where? Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers. Just a suggestion.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valancius Protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
Alright. Last question, I think, unless there's lots more dialogue. What was it like traveling on Theodore's ship? I'm interested.
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself.
Okay.
During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistic systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the cultists. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
I don't have any more questions, thank you.
As you wish.
Thank you for this conversation. Until next time, my dear. My dear sister of battle, who shall kill my enemies. Okay, anyway. Enric Montag at your service. Lonely tales after all. You just don't look like a bringer of woes to me. Oh, is this what? Do I even need to say it? The moment you came aboard, Lady Theodora perished. So did her arch militant, as well as half of the senior officers and a quarter of the Infernus Guild, along with the previous Infernus Master. What's worse, rations don't taste as good anymore. Fire burns hotter, and that sinister look in your eyes, like you're about to put a curse on someone. It's what the voicemen say, so it must be true. What if I were to put a curse on you in this very instant? That would be a sight. I've never seen a real curse before. My niece would be thrilled to hear all about it. How did you come to be in the service of the von Valancius dynasty? Not in the usual way. My ancestors wronged yours and were appointed Inferni as a result. Hard labor, deadly risks, plenty of opportunities to atone. Those criminals have been dead for generations, but we are still serving their time. Maybe we'll find redemption one day. Tell me more about the Infernus Guild. What interests you the most? Our duty, our state-of-the-art equipment, or our vibrant traditions? What traditions? We have plenty of those, like the reminders. Enric rolls up his sleeve, revealing a tattoo inscribed over an old burn mark. When you survive a particularly hopeless accident, you get a tattoo on your scar. You can always tell an experienced Infernus by their ink. It's like a badge of honor of sorts. Tell me about how you got your reminders. Points to the tattoo on his right forearm. This one is from the time plasma leaked from the outer aft circuit. Imagine yourself clinging to the hull outside, thermal cutter in one hand and a magnetic clamp in the other. Azure flames burst from the breach, the kind that can incinerate you in a second. All that separates you from death is a flimsy rope and a void suit more ancient than a holy terra, and yet the price I paid was nothing compared to my comrade. He slowly moves the augmented fingers of his right hand. As to this one, I got this one in the ammo depot where my life Lenora died. There was a fire, and the flames were getting close to the ammunition. I don't mean autogun runs. These were macro cannon shells. We put out the fire as best we could, but we were losing. Suddenly, Elsie took my hand, kissed me, and then ran straight into the blaze and activated the emergency blast door. We stayed outside while she vented the compartment. Enric gives a tender smile, gives it. It was quite a story. I'm sorry for your loss, Heinrich. You know, it's greatly and takes another cost. State-of-the-art equipment, that sounds interesting. That was a bit of a stretch, I'm sorry. There is no state-of-the-art equipment. The risks of ruining it in a fire are too great. We get by using human resources and the most common items available. Respirators, fire extinguishers, and flame retardant uniform. Let's face it, the lives of the Inferni are not worth much. It's more important that we save the machines and minimize damage to the ship. How is the guild organized? The Infernus service is split into different brigades according to duties. The heart of the guild are, of course, our liquidators, tough guys with nerves of steel, who put out fires and pull people from the flames. Others are repairmen, dealing with problems like jammed doors, fuel leaks, or broken vents. And then there's the walking inspectors, who check the decks to make sure that nothing is blocking any passages or access to communication points. I've learned all I need. That is enough for now, Heinrich. Never let your fire go out, Lord Captain. I mean, no. That's just a stupid little Gildan joke. Seriously, if you see an furnace next to a naked flame, run. Alright. I think I'm going to leave off here. And I definitely need to explore the ship some more before we continue with the actual storyline. So thank you, if anyone's still here, for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you had fun. Even though sadly the last hour was spent doing nothing but reading. But this story is really interesting so far. I'm really liking this whole universe. This is really fun.